Hey, so we're recording. This is awesome. Hi, everybody. It's Naviae from A Wandering Witch Psychic Services, Patreon podcast, etc. And we are here today with the amazing, gorgeous, magical Miss Buffy LaRoux. Welcome, Buffy.
Oh, hi, Naviae. How are you doing?
I'm so excited to have you here. We've been trading for a while and we've known each other for years via, because I used to live in Florida and that's where she's located. And she just opened up this amazing like yoga studio, sound healing studio venue. Can you tell us a bit about that for folks local or traveling to the area?
Yeah, exactly. Traveling to the area, I do. So I opened a new studio called Buffy's Boutique, and it is basically a plethora of multi-dimensional possibilities of things to do. So I am a sound healer and I do QHHT, which is quantum healing hypnosis technique, as well as teach Reiki and yoga. And I'm trying to think of anything else. I just have all sorts of stuff. I do a full moon ceremony, a new moon ceremony. Yeah.
And
Buffy's
and
Boutique in Winter Haven, Florida. Yeah, I don't usually talk in interviews or talk about myself, so here we go. But yeah, in Winter Haven, Florida, downtown Winter Haven. It's very cute in this very nice little haunted building called Old Town Plaza. Yeah, I mean, I'm terrible with history, but I know it was around in the Civil War, and there's tons of presences in the building, and people come in there and do a little ghost hunting.
oh
And
wow,
yeah, it's cool. There's a
that
lot.
sounds so amazing.
Yeah, it's very
I
cool.
can't wait to visit next
Yes,
time I'm on the mainland.
yes, get over here.
Oh my gosh. So you also do light language healing.
Yeah,
And
see,
and
yeah, all the stuff I do.
yeah, and we're gonna get into a little mini session. So stay tuned for that. And hey, for you guys who are just tuning in to my YouTube channel, please hit like and subscribe and the little bell so you can find out when we go live and when we post new videos. Um, I am a clairvoyant medium and I've been doing this for 30 years. I had two back-to-back near-death experiences when I was 4, and it kicked open some latent ancestral bloodline gifts I had for mediumship and clairvoyance and overall mysticism from my family. And this is what I do to support people that come along my path doing readings. And I also do mind astrology, which I decoded Buffy not that long ago, and we found out that she was a. Is okay to share what you are with the folks?
Please.
Yeah, she's a serpent, which is Chichan, and it's tone number 10. So that's a manifester. So it's all about being in your body and feeling the instinctual um, energy of what that serpent Shakti life force Kundalini energy. It's latent in all of us, but the serpent tribe get to walk with it kind of like loud and proud up front. And I'm actually teaching and I know you do that, girl. Um, Lucky you get to be a serpent. Wow. And I'm actually in the serpent wave spell. So that's like my home team, but I'm manifesting as a moon, where you're born in the warrior wave spell, manifesting as a serpent. So I'm actually teaching, I know it's like learning a new language, and I'm actually teaching a workshop series coming up. It's kicking off March 20th. It's going to be 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern on March 20th. This is Sunday. It's a $20 fee for the class, and you get to have your galactic signature decoded just like I did for Buffy. And it's going to be a series. So the classes are going to be hour and a half, kind of like in little bite-sized doses so that you can chomp on it, assimilate it, and then we'll have another one in a few weeks or a month kind of thing. But this is the intro. This is level 1. So it's all the basics of the Mayan dream spell, or galactic astrology, as some people call it. It's a really cool system of keeping time. It's all about time is art, and the synchronicity of this life versus time is money. So it's shifting your awareness. And I will tell you that Mayan astrology knocked hard on my door for me to find it, and to find a teacher was very magical. And I'm going to tell the story when we have our class to open and honor my teacher who's on the other side. Yeah, it's really changed my life in beautiful ways. And it's a new way of walking on the earth with with an awareness of the magic and synchronicity that surrounds us, is the way I can put it. So yeah, a way to sign up is go to my Linktree, which I'll have a link in the comments, but it's linktr.ee /a wandering witch, WANDERING. Some folks think it's wondering, but it's wandering, like I'm walking. Because for 7 years, I was a gypsy seeker and just sort of had what I could carry and traveled around and learned different things like Mayan astrology. So that's why my business is called A Wandering Witch. So go to my Linktree, click on Mayan astrology class. It'll take you to my PayPal. Pay your fee of $20 and make a little note of your email, and then you're registered and I can get in touch with you. And it's going to be a Zoom class and interactive and really fun. So come meet some friends and learn about a new way of keeping time with Mayan astrology. So that's my little plug and spiel. So thank you for listening. And thank you, Serpent Priestess, for being here with us today. It's so awesome.
I'm excited, and I'm excited about you teaching Mayan astrology. It's very interesting. It is. It's
yeah,
awesome.
I love it. It's been a passion since 2002 for me. And I'll tell you what else is a passion for me: seeing Buffy's boutique being birthed into the universe, into the 3D realm. I love it because this is such a beautiful gift that you give. And like I said, I do clairvoyant, tarot, and Akashic record, past life, parallel life readings, and a bunch of other things. And Buffy and I do trades as needed. And she's been super supportive and helpful for me in my path, clearing energy, bringing in messages from the other side and vice versa. So
interject really quick and say that, yeah, you were the guidance that got me into Buffy's boutique, because you channeled from above information that I just wasn't receiving, and I was feeling extremely unclear. And then it was like, after that reading, don't you think it was like boom, 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 I can't do any more right now, I can't do any trades right now, I'm building this business and I'm doing this. So I really appreciate the amazing guidance that you gave.
thank you. I'm honored to be a vessel for the information and see all these amazing, wonderful beings like come into their fullness and let their gifts ripen up. And because we're here to we all want to take a bite of the fruit, and I just want to help folks like get it ready to be, chomped on and enjoyed by the collective. So my honor, oh my gosh, my honor every time. And so I invited Buffy today, not just to not just for us to appreciate her beauty, but for also to get a little taste of the light language, because it's so amazing and fun. And I have a lot of clients that want to be able to open to channel to light language and are kind of fascinated by it. And I'll tell you, I was a little skeptical because I grew up Roman Catholic and now I'm pagan for 30 something years, but I had some like Christian healing work to do. And I've been to evangelical churches where they do the speaking in tongues. And when one of my our mutual friend of ours was like, Buffy's doing light language, I was like, what's light language? And she was like, oh, Google it on YouTube. And I did. And it was like, this is speaking in tongues, yo, and I didn't really feel connected to it. And I thought to myself, well, I trust Buffy and I'm going to just have an open mind and see what it feels like when I do a session that's just for me versus some like random universal thing on YouTube, and man, it blew my hair back and I felt like it was speaking right to my bones. and it was super healing and powerful. So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, it's so funny because when it came in for me, I was like, what is this? This is so weird. I did not accept it right away. And it was something that comes on gradually, and it definitely is activated in people. It's something that, I feel like the more you're around it, especially if the energy is in alignment with your energy, like if I happen to sing one of the creation codes that's in alignment with you, then I feel like it's easier for you because you'll have a soul knowing of that code to bring it in. And I do a lot of bird whistling, and sort of like, I guess, sort of like semi animal noises. And I think people tend to pick up that the most. Like the people start just like whistling like a bird. And when they're around me, they're like, oh, or I just heard the birds in my ear. So I don't know. It's been a blessing just to watch it unfold and see what all it's actually good for. Because I'm one to watch something, and I'm skeptical too. I'm like not going to jump on, what this person is saying about light language. I didn't even want to call it that. Originally, I refused to call it light language. I was like, no. I was like, that doesn't exactly feel like what it is. But then I was like, okay, just call it light language now. Because it's, collectively, so we know what we're talking about. I'm like, just give in. You don't get to make up your own name. But so I just really have enjoyed all of the different, I don't know, the different aspects and what it awakens and the ways that it awakens things. And it's a really different form of healing than the other types that I do. So
Mhm.
it's my little light
Yeah.
language.
And every time, and we've done, a half a dozen or so, maybe more trades over the past couple of years. And um, it affects me differently each time. Like sometimes, we'll do a video share, and I'll have to get up and I'm like dancing around the room and shaking and like touching the ground and vibrating and like doing all kinds of like, body release things. And it feels like it's unlocking stuff in my body, in my etheric bodies, my physical body. Um, and then sometimes I just want to be perfectly still and just kind of like, I don't know, it's like I'm not even, it's like I'm sort of like dissipating into like an ether form. It's always different. It's so cool. I love it. I'm like, I'm ready for my light language activation, everybody, but I do different things. It's not my thing right now, at least.
You did. You switched around and turned into such a fan of it. It's
I
so cute.
love it. Yeah. And it's like, I can totally humble myself and be like, okay, I acknowledge this is a trigger. And you know what? I feel like I'm missing out because I'm being rigid here.
Right,
Let me
right.
just put it on the altar and say, I don't know. I'm going to just, I can be wrong. I can be upgraded. And this was totally an example of that. So thank you for showing me. And it's definitely like enhanced and, you know, beautified my life. Absolutely, it has.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Um, do you want to give us, oh, and the wind's picking up. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Um, do you want to give us a little sample? Would it be for like everyone watching? Because this is being recorded and it'll be uploaded to YouTube and shared with my patrons on a Wandering Witch Patreon. And yeah, I think just YouTube and those two places for now.
So how will it work for them? Or how would
Yeah,
it
like
sending
like
the let's just well, in general, let me see how we'll set up this container. So just that, all right. So we're setting up a container and we're including everyone. All
okay.
time, no space. Just it'll do that anyway. Like that's the great part about light language is it's really beyond words and it has a whole thing of its own and it's so effective. Like it affects everything. Like it really does. So yeah, so it'll be there for them. And
Okay.
so how we will do the energy though. So I'm just gonna ask everybody just take a nice deep breath and I'm just gonna pull in those energies that are intended for each and every being who will hear the recording in the future, anytime, anywhere, any place. Ayah. So just take your awareness to your heart. Go to the heart chakra. Just allow your awareness to reside there. Allow these codes to move into that space and allow the codes to do exactly what they're supposed to do for you, which may be different for each and every person. Aya, todea kedea kutatea ka rutish tede tete kuranea ka runea ka runea ka ya. Iha. Ay, 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 udide ka runea ya. Ia durre dai hai durra dai hai duya hai durra te akura dai erote arunaya durra dai Ay, ayuta de akardea costa de cata de acurata yangarania carona ayacarona, iurata de acarona yakalata de acurana yakuraya. Now take your awareness to the third eye, right in between the eyebrows. Iya turata kateaka. Iya naniaklati de akutate aklatia. Anania shatetita shungata runea clate de angurata tita ruteta ta rune iturata de urada de dura de si atate shungata yaka. Iya, aya, ora de angarunea carunala te haturata ya runea ta ya. Iratandurate. Hiya. Hiya. Hinananyagade akarute ashitete. So just allowing the remaining debris to move into the earth, moving down, down, down into the earth, into the core for alchemical adjustment. Now allow that energy to move back up through the body. Allow it to move into the heart and all around the heart. And the akardia shultatea kla yakadangere kudataya tadea kudaya gadea kudataya kadataya kura sayakutaya gadaya. There we go. Just allowing the eyes to open if you had them closed. And just feel into your body. Feel into the heart and the third eye. Notice if there was any shift. There may be, you may feel something later. Just seeing what we worked on, heart walls, some filters and illusory veils on the third eye. It was a collective wound that we were all encountering. So that was what was working. I definitely feel very lightheaded after that. That and all of the noise at the end was I mean, you can tell me what you thought, but for me it was coming in as grounding. All of the I can't make it unless I'm doing it. That
I know.
unless I'm doing it, it's not going to come. So I can't even tell you what it was. But
right, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's it felt like the energy was like it how can I explain it? It's like, how would I be nonverbal after I've been so like out in the ethers? But it was like I felt like my third eye awareness, and then it was like this energy of like, okay, we're all just shifting out, and then the base of my neck was like, and I felt this like sloughing off stuff I don't need, or energy or whatever, who knows what, um sort of like vibrating and shifting, like maybe like fleas or like flicks, it felt. And it was making me like shake and shudder to like help it, help with the um organic energy that was already doing that motion. I wanted to like do it with it. um if we weren't on camera, I'd probably be like doing some like big stretches and movements, like but I didn't want to knock my phone off the tripod. But the wind did pick up, which was really cool. I love to see that when that happens.
Always some sort of elemental thing that happens that's really amazing to me when we're working in this connection.
I
It's
know.
all going on.
And the other miraculous thing is, we have someone purchased the land next to us, and they've been clearing and doing all sorts of loud excavation. And then 3 properties over, they're also doing like digging for a septic or a well, or I don't know what they're doing, but it's like jackhammer. And I was like, oh God, are they gonna hear this? Am I gonna have to like go in my closet like I've done in the past? It was such a beautiful day. I really wanted to be outside, and I was like, please, universe, let it be quiet. It's like a pin dropping over here. So
Cool.
thank you,
Well, I
whoever helped.
that going on, and it's keeping my dogs quiet too. So
Okay.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Might have
Yeah,
been the book I gave him too. The bone helps, but
the busy bone. Aw, yeah.
yeah.
That was so beautiful, Buffy. How do people get in touch with you if they want to have a light language session, via Zoom or video call? Because you
Absolutely.
do them online, right?
Yes,
Via remotely.
it looks a little bit, I mean, you've done them, but typically it's several journeys is how it ends up working out. It's the client will let me know some goals or some problems that they may be having beforehand. There's a little bit of communication, and then after that it's really just channeled in whatever comes in. We move to areas of the body, clear certain areas, and then move to the next thing, clear another area. So that's typically about three journeys in each session, and you can contact me on www.buffylaroux.com, or where it has listed my email, phone number, and all of that.
And I'll put that in the comments. So it's
You got it. Buffy LaRoux.
BuffyLaRoux.com.
Exactly. Yes. And so there'll be details on there. And I have a Facebook for Buffy's Boutique, and it's the same for Instagram too. It's Buffy's Boutique Mystique. Buffy
Ah,
taken. So I got Buffy's Boutique Mystique.
I love it. That's so amazing. Um, so this has been the first short and sweet, but super potent. My first try at a Wandering Witch podcast video style. You can catch my podcast on Spotify. I have like 3.5 seasons audio only on Spotify, and it's a Wandering Witch podcast. But I think we're gonna be moving into more videos like this, and maybe a combination of audio only, and then we'll do a video as it feels appropriate. I love mixing it up and trying new ways of communicating and sharing media. And so I'm selling these witch veils on my website, on my Etsy shop.
That's
They're
so cute.
I have this is the orchid color, but there's 7 total. I had black ones, but they sold out, like, because everyone wants the black.
Right.
But there's orchid, there's like a misty gray lavender color, there's like a sandy brown that I call latte. There's a darker sandy brown called spice that's kind of more grounding. There's one that is like a rose pink, and there's a creamy, like an antique white color. So they're for sale. If you go to Etsy or your Etsy app, type in A Wandering Witch, no spaces, and you'll get to my shop. Or you can, if you go to my Linktree, it'll have a link for my Etsy shop too, and they're there. And that's also where you can purchase all of my psychic offerings, clairvoyant readings, mind astrology charts, sidereal astrology charts, and a couple other like fun witchy vintage things that I'm selling. There's going to be more handmade stuff. I used to have a candle company. Buffy, do you remember my spell candle company?
I do.
I know. I loved making things with my infused with my mojo, but um those days have passed. The spirit told me it's not time to do that anymore. So witch veils and other things are a way to infuse stuff with my love and blessings for folks. And it's they come with a ritual kit. So I I cleanse these all with rainwater from Hawaii, where I live, and other secret ingredients to make it soft and smell nice, and sort of like neutralize the energy, so that when you get your ritual kit, you can light your little spell candle that I choose for you. And there's a spell scroll. I should have had everything out here. I don't, but I seal it with a wax stamp. So when you crack it open, it's like the juju begins. Um,
Woohoo.
and I know I asked spirit to give me like a consecration blessing. So on the parchment is it's an original spell to consecrate your veil. So you burn your candle as you're stating your consecration intention, and then it's your witch veil. It's made to hold your energy in on your crown, to protect others' energy from entering if you don't want it to. It's a beautiful way to like, now I have my veil on, now ritual begins, or now sacred time begins. um Veiling has been so powerful for empaths like Buffy and I, and I'm sure a ton of others out there watching. So really,
Beautiful.
really helps to sort of shield and help me feel grounded. Plus, yeah, they're real pretty, and they're long. They're like long enough to be like a little mini meditation shawl. But you'll see, there's lots of good pictures on
I'm gonna go check
the
them.
Etsy post. Yeah. Oh, hey, and for everyone watching, there's a 10% promo code you can use, WWGH10, and you get 10% off your witch veil kit and free shipping in the US. So
Sweet deal.
yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
know. I just had this priestess who has a coven of folks. She's like this hardworking pagan priestess that just ordered one, and I was like, oh my gosh, and she didn't know about the promo code. So it's like, I'm gonna give you a little free mini reading, because she's like working her butt off. And
Yeah.
anyone who's ever done priestess work, it's a labor of love. I mean, you're getting paid for your services, but it's
I know.
so
Right.
much that you're offering.
Intercession is it's energy. It's a lot of energy, and it's a lot to build up our light bodies to the point where we can intercede in that way. It is a labor of love, and it's almost like a little addiction also. It's a labor of love and a slight addiction. So
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's like we're in service. I did almost 7 years of high priestess work when I was in the Tampa Bay area. Public full moons,
Yeah.
pretty solid for almost 7 years, but and Sabbats, and then private new moons occasionally and things like that. So I love doing it, but I always kind of felt like I was drawing down for hours before the ritual even began, because it's like you're you're calling in the energy, like to build up yourself so that you can, be that vessel for the community to come drink from, in a way.
Mm. No,
Yeah,
right.
I know. I loved it too. I miss, I'm out here in Hawaii and I don't have a community in the same way. So I miss those days. So I really feel for you and appreciate what you're doing. And it's such a beautiful gift to humanity in these weird times. So thank
It
you, my beautiful friend.
is. We connect.
www.buffylarue.com.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to chat. It's my first thing.
I loved it. It was
Not
so beautiful.
going.
Oh,
And it's normal to look at you and talk, and then but at first it was like she's recording us.
I know. I get a little stage fright too, but we're among friends. I know that everyone who's watching and listening is all meant to be here. So,
Yes.
oh, well,
Many
thank you for
all who see this. Infinite blessings, infinite blessings. So much love.
much love to you all. Thank you for being here and joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your witchy, sensitive friends who might like a blessing from Miss Buffy. And much
Yeah.
love and aloha to you all. Thank you for supporting witch-owned business.
Witch-owned business.
Witch-owned business.
Witch-owned business. That's right. All right, girl.
Here we go.